everyone, it is Friday the 9th of December today, and I have a new keyboard or synthesizer. We are going to take it out busking today and give it a good old play out there, which is going to be great. So we'll show footage of that later and you will get to hear some of it, and I'm going to unbox it now. But I just wanted to let you know that I have gone and bought something new. A few years ago I did buy a cheap Casio, but I don't like the sound and it got me through, but unfortunately my MM6, my Yamaha, it has died again on me, and I don't know that there's any repairing it now. I haven't really looked into it. I'm honestly just in the mood for something new, and this seems to be a really cool synthesizer. There's a lot of things it can do, and I probably don't even know half of what it's capable of doing. But what I do know has me intrigued and feeling quite creative, like inspired to try new things with it. There's a whole bunch of stuff about creating loops on there. Who knows whether I actually get into that or not, but yeah, I'm just feeling like I want to change things up a little bit with my busking act and just make it more exciting for me as the busker. And I think this will have like everything that I need. I was tossing up between this and the, now what was it called? Porg. I actually purchased this a couple of weeks ago, so I've been through a lot since then. I cleaned my whole house for a Christmas party. My whole house. The house parts that people were going to see for the Christmas party. I felt like this had much nicer sounds, lots more variety, and what really drew me in was the fact that you can go and download expansion packs of sounds from the, it's like Audio Lab or something, on Roland's website. Plus, I do have a Roland amplifier, and yes, I'm still using my KC110. Let's just, it's still going okay. It's not the perfect thing, but I haven't had all that much work to sort of warrant spending lots of money on new equipment, she says, as she stands behind a brand new $1,000 synthesizer. But this, there was a need because the other synth died, and I just really don't like the Casio sound. Unfortunately, I went for a cheapie, and I should have expected that it wouldn't be up to the quality that I really wanted. But once again, it has seen me through a bunch of busking sessions after that MM6 went, see you later, I'm off. So now I have this one. I got it in the Black Friday sales, and yeah, 1,000 Australian dollars is what they ended up doing for me. And let's just open it, enough talking, because I can talk all day, but I actually have to be ready for busking in less than 2 hours, in an hour, 45 minutes, like to leave. So I'm not dressed yet, and I haven't done makeup, there's no wig on my head, totally should have had a shower, didn't have a shower, but we're gonna just make it work. Now, I know I could have just taken my Casio again, but I'm so sick of it. So having this in the garage, it just felt like, no, you can't go to another busking session without your new synthesizer that's right there. But it does present a little problem. I went for the 61 key model because honestly, as much as I was very tempted by the 76 model, which is still lightweight keys, has that extra like octave or more, and allows like, I don't know, a little bit more of a, regular piano playing experience. Even though I didn't actually get to try that one out, they didn't have one in the store. I just realized it wouldn't fit widthways in the boot of my car, which means I would always have to have one seat down and it put through the boot into the back seat. And for my lifestyle, that's not really gonna work that well. I was thinking, well, can I deal with it? But then I ran into another issue, which is that I would need a new case. Now, let me just show you the case quickly. I'll give you some close-ups at some stage, but it's not pretty, not at all. I mean, right now it's covered in what looks like dog hair, but it's been scratched up by the cats, so all the like felt on it is fluffy, and it's just like, can you see the spots? I mean, I shouldn't be lifting this while the Casio is still in it and adding more weight to it. But yeah, anyway, so it's disgusting. It needs to be recovered. With that case, this synth is 1 centimeter too wide for it. So I looked into all new cases. I was like, oh, well, if I'm gonna get a new case anyway, then I'll get one for the 76, you know, I'll go for the bigger keyboard, and I'll deal with that. And then I did the research into cases, and 1, expensive. 2, they're actually quite big. So even though you might be getting one for a 61 key keyboard, it often has a lot more width to it than necessary when you go for something like a hard case like I have. Now, to go for a soft case, I did kind of think, well, I could throw it on my back perhaps. I tried a backpack with my 2 heavy batteries in it, which isn't even the weight that would total. And I can't do that. I'm sorry. It's got to go on my trolley. And the way I load up my trolley, I put everything on that hard case. So I can't have a soft one underneath tubs of things. No way. It got to be, I was like, this is too hard. Now my case, as I said, it's a centimeter not wide enough, but it has foam on either side. And so if I take half a centimeter out of each side, this will fit. But I need to do that. And there's not really like someone around to do that for me, and I wouldn't want to pay the expense anyway. So I got myself some new adhesive felt to be able to recover not only my case, but my disgusting amplifier as well, as long as I can make that work. As far as I can see, all I need to do is unscrew all the hardware and then recover it. And I make that part sound easy, don't I? To be able to take this today, I need to get the keyboard out and make sure that, hey, it's not faulty, so that there's some sound coming out of it, and trim off the edges so it fits in. I might not get to recover it today because, as I said, we're into like less than 2 hours, and I still need to get dressed. This is more of a vlog. If you're enjoying the vlog style that is happening, please stick around. But I do not hold it against you if this is not what you're after, because I know I did a lot of research myself to decide on this synthesizer. And maybe this has turned up because you're looking as well, and you just want someone who's going to sit there and play a whole bunch of like really fancy piano on it and listen to the sounds, and that's totally cool, all good, you know. I think it's a pretty good synthesizer, and I don't think you can go wrong with it, but I guess we'll see. Certainly I am hoping that it is perfect for what I need it for. So there's also something about being able to put a USB drive in it and load tracks to be able to play, rather than having like your phone or a separate device for playing backing tracks. And that has me like feeling pretty yay. I hope it works, and I hope it's not limited to like 10 songs or something, because that'd be a bit disappointing. Now I might speed through this a little bit because I'm pretty sure I've already been talking for way longer than I would have liked this video to be. So we'll just unbox this quickly and I'll come back when it's out the box. My style is playing more chilled out pop songs for the most part, so I just wanted a really nice piano sound. I liked the sound of this, and I've got to find which sound it was that I really liked. The power button's back there. Now in terms of if you're coming to plug things in, the Core Cross 2, it kind of has like a lip over it. It was really difficult from the front to be able to see which connections, whereas this one, it's nice and flat here. So okay, you don't have them sitting up here to be able to look at, but just a little look over and I can see exactly where I need to plug into. Now, I have just recalled I need to put my pedal on. There we go. So my pedal is working again. I can pull this seat out because I do not need that there right now. I mean, I could have sat on it. What? I don't know. I'll just bring my piano stool over and sit on that instead. That'll feel a bit more natural. Okay. So, here is the grand piano sound that is the default. Nice enough. So I believe, yeah, we turn this dial to change it. Now, I'm not big on harsher sounding keys, so the rock piano doesn't do anything for me. And the nice piano, once again, has like a brighter sound. Now, this is a fun one, and I think I will actually use it a bit. Lovely pad underneath it, yeah, just kind of gets like ethereal, and so I do like that sound very much. Now, I am very aware of the time, so it's 3 minutes till I have just an hour and a half, so I really can't play around with this too much, but I am just going to bring you a little closer and have just a little bit more of a play around. I need to find the piano sound that I like, and then yeah, we'll get on and sort the case. We now have midied grand. It's very synthy. We have West Coast. Now, as I said, I'm not like a big piano player, I just do things under my vocals. Pretty cool electric piano. We have 80s FM. These are really nice synth sounds, and if I was doing that, pretty cool. And by synth, I mean electric piano. That's nice. That's nice and like warm and soft to me. They're just really cool. This is the one that I really liked, which is like 88 stage grand. Of course, I'm going to get dragged in, like, I have a new toy. I just want to find everything out about it, which really, I should have done this another time when I have time, but I don't. So I like number one, I think, the best. They're nice. This one, you know, you can layer things, you can split things, you can choose where you want the lower sound and the upper sound to be separated. As I said, there's all this stuff here with looping, which I will need to read the manual. I think back here somewhere, where is it? The USB will go in there. So I think mine will sit out about that. I did buy a new one, especially for this. But I don't know that I'm gonna have time to set it up now. So yeah, some really nice pianos. I might not even limit myself to just one piano sound, to be honest. So rich grand. Now that doesn't seem to have as much sensitivity to it. Oh, and speaking of like the keys and the feel, so these keys have a rounded sort of edge, and it kind of threw me off when I first tried this keyboard because I was like, that feels strange to me. I'm so used to my piano and my other keyboards or synthesizers that have very flat keys, and so you really do feel those edges butting up against one another. But on this, it has quite a smooth finish on these rounded edges. And, you know, it's kind of a personal preference thing as to whether you like that or not. I wasn't the biggest fan when I first played it, but after playing it for a while, I was like, I think it's just becoming accustomed with that feeling. Obviously, these are non-weighted keys, so it's not going to be like playing a regular piano, but that's not what this is sort of intended for. With busking, you want something that is nice and lightweight, and I think I'll put how heavy it is up on screen now, but it's not very heavy. And yeah, in terms of size, I think I do have like a little extra, obviously I do have a little extra width in the keyboard synthesizer, sorry, I have to keep correcting myself, than the MM6 because it's not going to fit exactly in the case, but there's definitely a lot less depth to it. So yeah. Grand too. And talking about the touch sensitivity, you can go in and change that. It's currently on the normal mode, but you can click the key touch here and change the velocity curve from light, medium, or heavy. But default is medium. One thing I'm not entirely sure of whether it will, there's also, sorry to cut myself off, there is a curve offset and there is real, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goes all the way to 127, or you can just set it at real. So I'm not exactly sure what that ends up doing, but yeah, those are options available there. And with most of the sounds that I was having a play around with, the medium was fairly good for me. This is piano and strings 1. That is quite lovely. So you could just use that if you're after that piano and string sound, or you can layer piano with a string sound. And one of the amazing things about this keyboard was that you can actually adjust between your sounds of your lower and upper sounds. So that happens with your layering and your splitting of the keyboard. So for instance, if I layer, which let me just have a look, we have which is a dual. So if I was to change myself back to, for instance, the stage grand that I like, and I press dual, and I change over to a, where is it? Orchestra sound. Now, I'm not too fond of the strings LS that it starts with, but I do quite like, I think it was full strings, but I'm just having a quick look through these ones here. Even just strings 1. Now, those strings are overtaking, so if I then adjust this lower volume, you can just so easily have adjusted that. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but you can save to these pads your favorite sounds or favorite sound combinations. I'm not sure whether it would then remember the volume levels of your like duals or splits that you have saved. That would be something I would have to research a bit more, but it is just there with you know, a motion to change that, whereas in my MM6 I had to go through a number of menus. Now I had it like memorized down pat, like I press this button this many times, this one, and then I do this, and then I come back here, you know, and so I had it sorted, but this, just being able to do that, so much easier. It's crazy. So yeah, lots of string settings. I am looking at the time now. We do need to get a move on. So that's probably all I'm gonna be able to look at for the moment. To switch dual off, we just tap that again. Now, how do I press exit? No. Do I press that one? I do. That one was lit up, so I press that patch/perform, and that will move me back to the single sound where I can continue to scroll through and change into whatever sounds I want. Now, also just one to note as well is fairy piano. Liked the sound of that, but then I also decided that in terms of like a piano with a pad, I had preferred sound 4, which was the warm Vox piano. So yeah, but that one was definitely, when I'd seen it for the first time, I came away, I was like, that fairy piano, ooh. So yeah, pop pianos, I mean, there are so many already loaded in here with such a diverse selection of sounds. But then you can go in and download more expansion packs and load it in there. And I know there's like another full piano pack, plus a bunch of others. So anyway, stop playing, Samantha. We need to get a move on. I'm gonna quickly adjust my case, and I will show you some live footage of this when I go out busking later today, so I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Right, so I'm freaking out a little bit now. I have half an hour, I think. Half hour plus 1 minute. So 31 minutes to have done this, gotten ready, gotten it loaded in the car. Luckily, I am allowing a little extra time in there, so I'm probably gonna have to cut into that like I usually do, which is very annoying, but you know what? I am working on it, and this is just how I work. I have grand ambitions, and I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'm just gonna do my best. And I called up my insurance and got this added onto my policy. I've done the thing. You know, they said they couldn't add it over the phone. It needed to be in writing through an email. So I did that. I got the serial numbers and everything. I'm just quite paranoid, you know, brand new keyboard. Do not want to have destroyed and not be insured. $1,000 down drain. No, thank you. Okay, so that's how far I've gotten since I was last chatting with you. So not very far. There are my cables for that. My very scratched up amp will have to go as is. Now I'm probably going to have to cut this on the floor. So let's pop you down. I need to get my little blade thing. Throw these sticks out for a second. Hopefully do not get gnawed on by a dog. Get out. It's a keyboard case, not a dog case. You silly. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. So what I have is a ruler, a Stanley knife, a tape measure, and a marker. So I'm going to put this on the floor for a second. So ideally you would be not in the space, to be honest, with the new keyboard, but ideal is not nose off. Is not always going to happen, is it? So let me show you how close it is to fit in. So yeah, we're over by that much on that side. I mean, 1 centimetre off that side would be good, and just half over here. So if we even just go to 0.75, taking it off. Now, I will have to cut into the styrofoamy bits a little. Unfortunately, it will look a little bit scrappy today because I'm not going to recover it, but that is something. So let's do this. This case is dirty. Okay. Just get this. Okay. Why did I choose to do this today? Because I just can't help myself. Like, there'll be a little bit of foam on either side, but not much. It would detach from the extra that's there. That's good. You know, ideally, I would not be destroying my keyboard case in this way, but the keyboard was worth it. The Korg Cross 2 would have fit, but yeah, the Roland was my choice. So this was my choice. Let's do it on the other side. It is very much seeming like a no makeup sort of day for sure. A no makeup and glasses sort of busk, because I do not have time to put this out of the way of Zoe getting it. So I can always add more foam back in, but the whole point today is just to make sure that I can fit this in. Please let that be enough. It's enough. It's perfect. Just needs a little bit more of the block shoved in. Okay, for now that will do. It'll hold it in place, and I really should get one for over the front, but for now, just have to be. That is my timer to say that I should be leaving, and I'm not. So, okay. We have one keyboard in one case. May not be pretty, but it's gonna work for the moment. I will have to recover it another day. That's fine. And likely there should be more foam in either the base or the top to keep it exactly in place, rather than as it is. Because I did just hear that when I moved this. Move. So, what I can do in the meantime is a blanket. A blanket. Where do I have a blanket? Pillow it is. Pillow in the center. Let's try that. Done. Sorted. Okay. Go get dressed. It is now 3:34, so I have maximum of 26 minutes. Just jumping in here because I realized I didn't film much in the rush to get ready and get to my busking spot, but basically we're about to go into the busking portion of this video where we can hear some like clips of it outside in an outdoor live performance situation. I did want to quickly note that the Juno turns on in about 5 seconds. The Cross 2, that takes about 2 minutes to turn on, so it's quite a while. You can work around that obviously, but I liked that about the Roland, so okay, let's move on with the video.
Seems like you're always doing worse than how everyone says they're doing. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
That was a little bit of Juno Piano 1, and kind of, I don't know, found it a little difficult with the velocity.
Push away all the pain that can come. You hear me, really hear my soul, and I'm scared as hell, but I don't want you to go.
I like it. I like that a lot. That is fun, and it builds. I like how the warm box piano works, for sure.
My daughter's just starting her busking career. I was fascinated by this.
Oh yes, yeah.
Beautiful.
I have a whole series on YouTube about how to get equipment stuff sorted.
What's the Roland cost, roughly?
It was about 1,000. It's literally the first day I brought it out.
Hardly anything, is it?
And I'm very impressed at the amount of piano sounds on it. But yeah. I had one I got it in 2011 or the end of 2010, so a long time, and now I finally just went, I'm gonna splurge and get myself something new.
Yeah.
So I'm having a bit of fun playing with it today, just like, let's try out this sound for this song, whatever.
Pieces of the puzzle fell into their places as soon as you walked out the door. I felt the weight lift off me, unlocked the chain that held me, and dug my toes into the sand. 'Cause there were rainbows around the corner, a new life where I wasn't broken. And sometimes you have to lose it to realize what's really important. And it's all about me now, no longer looking over my shoulder. And you can pretend that it was nothing, but I remember her. You can look right through me, 'cause the girl you knew has disappeared, and I will not be her again. And it's all about me now.
That was pop piano too. Don't know that I love that one. Maybe you can go in and you can just edit these, so you can make them a bit more reverby or whatever if you're feeling that they're a little lacking in that department. I think there's a whole bunch of different. There's cutoff, resonance, attack, release. Yeah, you can make it do arpeggios and all of these things. Warm tune.
Cause when it's over, this won't matter at all. As confusing as it all can be, in this moment I'm completely free. So wait a while, stay here in this moment. No, it won't last forever, and I just wanna keep my heart beating like there's nothing in this world that scares me or makes me sad or worried. Please just make this moment my moment. Stay close to my heart and help me rise above.
And that was fun. Haven't had as much fun busking in a long time. Just being able to play with all the sounds. find brighter tones for brighter songs, and wow, it's so good. I feel so lucky. Now, poor thing's gonna have a hard life busking with me. I'll try to take care of you as best as I can.